All right, good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Let me just move this here. Let me get rid of this. Good morning, everyone. Let me just quick audio check. Make sure you guys can hear me all loud and clear. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Let me just get the Zoom chat up here as well. You guys can see my screen. Awesome. Let me play this. How are we all? Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone. You guys are on YouTube. If you guys are new here, my name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on gold futures here in the European session. So we'll break down the markets this morning, guys. We'll break down gold. We'll see if we get some trades here in the London session. We'll break down ENQ. We'll have a look at copper. We can have a look at some currencies as well. And kind of give an overall breakdown of gold. So yeah, you guys on YouTube, drop a like for the stream. If you guys are new here, welcome. Coach Hoop in the chat, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Gold ended up doing exactly what we wanted yesterday in the London session, guys. Not in the London session, but this is what we spoke about yesterday. We spoke about these gold buys yesterday for this really nice push up. It unfortunately, for us London traders, came in the New York session. I was hoping we could get it together on stream. We took some initial buys around here. We closed at about, I think, $200 before then price. No, sorry, around here. We took some longs around here before then price. Where were we? Where we took our buys? We took buys around here. We closed our longs at minus $200 before then price came down, closed back above, came down one more time, and then you just had this beautiful breakout of this trend line and had a phenomenal move into the New York session. So Asia, as I was kind of saying to you guys yesterday, you know, Asia can be the big move down. If London continues, then it can usually it can get bought right back up in the New York session, and that's exactly what we did. Asia sold off. London pretty much range, but continued to kind of just correct lower before then having this phenomenal push in the New York session. Now, I did get some of the buys in New York, but not as much as I would have liked. I got about, I think I got about 43 ticks pre-New York, but unfortunately, I didn't get to capitalize on this as much as I would have liked. But it was very, very nice to see it playing out. You know, it's always good, you know, to see the analysis that we give you guys in the morning playing out into the New York session. Oh, beautiful, man. Lovely trade. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, some of you guys are already in the gold buys. That's a beautiful position, man. Very, very nice trade. Yeah, let's have a look at what we got for today. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Tuesday, guys. We had a very, very nice run yesterday on gold. Hey, Sean, what's going on, man? Yeah, we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get today. You know, we took a small loss yesterday, but we showed the power of keeping your losses small. Kept the loss at $210. You know, you make that right back with one, you know, all right trade. We got Sammy joining me in the office today. Sammy's pacing around. Sammy's pacing around the office. I don't know if that's a good thing. He's a bit worried about the markets right now. But yeah, let's have a look at gold. Let's have a look at this daily chart. Do some top down. I just want to see if we're going to miss anything in the next 30 minutes. Yeah, let's wait. I'll do the top down analysis in a second, guys, because there may be some gold buys here in a second. There could be some gold buys here in a second. What I was kind of looking at, I took some buys in Asia, trying to get this continuation up. I cut it early at $300 before then price came all the way back down. Liquidated these previous lows here, and then end up having a lovely breakout. So I'm trying to see if we can continue following this today. Seeing if we can get gold to continue pushing up into this 33.50 level. So there is the potential buys on gold soon. We came down, grabbed lows, broke out nicely. This 30-minute came down, grabbed lows, and just closed bullish. So I want to see if this 30-minute can continue pushing higher. From the break of this 30-minute high up into this level is around 50 ticks, which is not a bad range. 50 ticks here before the London Open wouldn't be too bad. So let's see if there's the potential for longs here. 15 came down, grabbed the lows, closed nice and bullish. So you also have a 15-minute fake out. So I'm going to set a buy stop here, guys. If this 15 can flip bullish, I'm looking for gold buys into the highs of this range here. Pre-London, see if we can continue this push. If the 15 does close back below, that's fine. We'll wait for London open. But to me, this 30 minutes looking really nice. Really, really, really nice. Same as the hourly. You know, you've got at least previous hourly highs as well. So we're happy to hold this buy stop into pre-London. Risk some of these Asia profits. Stops will be around about 20 ticks, $200 to see if we can push this up for about 50. Yeah, I'll take 50 ticks as well. Yeah, with the way London's been recently, definitely. The good thing about today is Asia hasn't had a huge move. You know, so many times we jump on and Asia's had like a 300 plus tick move, and then we're trying to trade London. It's very difficult. But fortunately, Asia hasn't had that crazy of a move today. So it means we could be in for some good London trades. So I want to see if we can get gold buys up into this Asia level and then back up into these New York levels potentially for some runners. Whether we hold this high, we'll see. But 33.50 to me looks like a pretty decent retracement level. If this 5 comes down and grabs the lows, then I might bring the buy stop above this high. Let's see. 5 minutes about to close. 5 minutes going to close bearish. Let's wait. Let's wait. That 5 minutes closing bearish. Let's wait a second. We've got time. We've got that 15 close in 5 minutes as well. If the next 5 opens, wicks the lows, I'll put it back in. I'll do the full top-down analysis in a second, guys. I don't want to rabbit on and then we miss this 30-minute breakout. But let's see. Let's see. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good day yesterday. And you guys who do trade New York, yeah, gold buys in New York session were very, very nice. The nicest entry yesterday, I'm still watching this on my chart here, guys. The nicest entry yesterday on the gold buys was around about 2:45 London time, which was just into New York session. Once you came down, you broke out nicely of this downward trend. You broke bullish here, broke back above the resistance. This wick came all the way down. And where did we tap into? Tapped right into that previous 15-minute low. Now, a huge rejection. So these gold buys yesterday would have been very, very, very nice. Now, the thing is, you never would have anticipated this big of a move up. But we were talking yesterday even about price to come pull back into these levels would have been a nice trade. So it was a very, very nice push. Saw Dakota got a nice buy during New York. Oh, really? On gold? Nice, 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 nice. Slowly, we're turning everyone into the dark side, turning everyone into gold traders. Nice. Yeah, it was a very, very, very nice buy. Realistically, you know, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I would have, you know, held it up into here. Honestly, I probably would have just happy to scalp it back into these levels. And on that 15 breakout, you know, that's still a 150 tick trade. Like, that's amazing, 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 amazing. So yeah, we'll see what we get for London session, guys. But because Asia has been range bound today, yeah, I think we could be in for a good London session. Same as pre-London. You did have a nice spike up here pre-London. But to be honest, I would have been buying from here, and I probably would have squeezed at break even anyway. So not too much missed on that side. You can see here in Asia, anyone who was maybe buying here, sitting some stops just down below this low. What do we know that price loves to do? Price loves to come down, liquidate the lows, and then have the breakout. So we have grabbed all downside liquidity. So next, to me, the most logical area would be previous 4-hour highs and retest this 33.50 level. We'll look at the higher time frame properly in a second as well. Let's just see this 15-minute closure here, guys. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. In terms of news today, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Pass my combine with gold only. Amazing, bro. Well done. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Let me just have a quick look at the news here. Amazing work. We had some Australian dollar news today during Asia. No, nothing really for the US dollar today. We got FOMC just meeting minutes on Wednesday. So nothing too much in the markets. What the dog doing? The dog is he sat right at my feet. I brought the dog to the office today, sat at my feet, chilling. Sammy's chilling today. He's been for a nice walk on the beach this morning. He lives the life. Sammy lives the life. The whole purpose in life is to live life like a dog. He wakes up, he has breakfast, he goes to the beach, gets lots of pats. Oh, he just looked at me, so I said the B word. And then he gets to sleep and play all day. Sammy's living the real dream. He's the real winner here. We're all trading here to be like Sammy. We got London open in about 15 minutes as well, guys. First 15-minute of the London pre-London session closing. I want to see if we can wick up a little bit more to see if we can get these buys. I'm on 2 30-minute time frames, which is not necessary. Howley looks really nice here. Howley looks really nice. Did any of you guys on Zoom or YouTube get the buys into the New York session? Sammy's our lucky charm. Absolutely. Yeah, did any of you guys get this push yesterday? Get the longs? If you guys have a look, let me just share my chart here. My other screen. Remember yesterday, guys, we said for price to come back down into that 3,300 level before then pushing up. Look at this. Came down into 3,300. Then where did we come up into? All the way back up into that double top level. 450 ticks. Like, huge. Absolutely huge. Bouncing off that 3,300. This was also a liquidation of previous 4-hour lows here on the currency chart. Here. Came down, grabbed the previous 4-hour lows. Huge rejection. So buying from here at 2 p.m. London time was a fantastic, fantastic trade. Wrong screen. Why does it do that when I switch screens? There we go. There we go. So let's see. So 15's just closed bearish. I mean, not the most bearish. But let's see if we can wick down, re-break some highs, and then see if we can get some longs here. This trade is more so based off the hourly and 30 minutes. So it's not going to be a quick 5-minute scalp. It might be a trade that we just have to let breathe. 40 to 60 ticks. Let's have a look here. Let me look at the 5-minute. What's the 5-minute up to? Yeah, if we can spike out some lows, sit a buy stop above these highs, I'm going to give this a shot here. Oh, there you go. There he is. Living the dream. Yeah, I got 70 ticks. Yeah, nice, mate. Nice, nice, nice. Holiday and Turkin plan not to trade. But she's going to change. Yeah, 35 degrees. Yeah, wow, that's hot, man. 35 degrees is hot. It's getting pretty cold here in Australia. 35 is hot. Yeah, I'd be burning as well. I'd be sitting inside trading. Any excuse to get back on the laptop. Think about ES. We can have a look at ES, man. I just want to see if we're going to get these gold buys here before the London opens. Yeah, we'll have a look at ES. We'll have a look at NQ. We'll have a look at copper as well. Oh, this is potentially a nice liquidity grab here. Okay, cool. So you're tagging previous 15-minute lows. So if you re-break these 15-minute highs, this could be a liquidity grab to continue pushing up into this range. If you close below and you don't flip bullish, that's fine. But if this 15 can now break back higher, there's the possibility for longs here. Let's see. Let me have a look at it on the 5-minute. Where's that 15 open? Yeah, so you came down. You're grabbing these lows. Let's see if you're actually going to close bearish or you're going to wick back above. If you close bearish, that's fine. We'll wait till the London open. But yeah, Asia was pretty choppy today. The only nice thing about Asia today was you did have this nice grab. You had this nice resistance, came up, grabbed the highs, then came right back down for the lows. That would have been a really nice sell-off. What was that? That would end up being a 100-tick push, which is actually pretty nice. Oh, let's see, guys. I may have a buy stop here in a second. You got a very valid stop. A very, very valid stop. 30-minute shorts. Let's see. Yeah, it actually was. Yeah, you grabbed the highs. You also closed back bearish. You confirmed a nice 30-minute fake out. Really nice sell-off. Beautiful price action there. Yeah, that was actually really nice. Pretty late into Asia. 4 o'clock London time. It's almost creeping to pre-London. But yeah, that grab of the highs. Closure back below. Nice sell-off. I was kind of watching it as well, but the reason I didn't want to short it is because this range was just so choppy in Asia. I kind of saw this as like, I don't want to get trapped in here. So I didn't short this personally. Potential 15 break at the high here, guys. It might need a little bit of breathing room, so it may even go micros here. Let's have a look. No, you got a $170 loss. So we're looking for something like this. Up into that 33.50 level. Let's see this 5-minute closer. Difference between a buy stop is above current price. So if price tags here, it will tag you into buy and keep pushing up. A buy limit, you would set below current price. So you'd be wanting price to come down, tag this area, trigger your buy stop buy limit and then push. Whereas a buy stop is only when price breaks a certain level. The reason I like to put in buy stops and not buy limits is because if I put in a buy stop above here, but price doesn't break this high and keeps pushing down, then I don't get tagged into a buy stop. So if I, like, for example now, this isn't a proper order, guys, but if I put in a buy stop here and price keeps pushing down, well, then I don't get tagged into a buy stop. But if I try put a buy limit down here and price does come down here, but then keeps pushing down, I'll get tagged into my buy limit and it will continue pushing lower. I personally have a better hit rate when I use buy stops instead of buy limits. Monday to Friday when you stream, do you get much time to yourself? Yeah, I do. Yes and no. Like, a lot of my time during the week is spent either in front of the charts, or, you know, making some content or doing some stuff for the community. But to be honest, I wouldn't have it on any other way. I don't really know any different. It's the way I like to do things. Trading does give you a lot of freedom, so you want to keep busy with other things. So doing this is what keeps me busy and keeps me accountable. So I got the weekends to myself. But no, I like doing these streams. Favorite alcoholic drink? I don't really drink much anymore, man. What would be my favorite alcoholic drink? I don't really know. I very rarely drink these days. Maybe like a cocktail or something these days. Are you allowed to say that? I think I'm allowed to say that. I don't really drink too much anymore. Or maybe like a nice glass of wine, nice meal every now and again. To be fair, yeah, espresso martini. Yep, it's pretty good. No, yeah, 100%, man. So 5 minutes came down, grabbing the lows. I may get a buy stop here in a second, guys. I may have a buy stop here. If this 15 reflips bullish, the 5 minutes just come down and grab the previous lows, I may give this a shot soon. We've got 10 minutes till London Open as well, guys. 2 shots of liquidity every morning. Yeah, nice. That's an easy question. I'd have to type it out. Yeah, I was long in Asia as well. Yep. I was long in Asia. I was looking for some buys in Asia back up into 33.50 at this breakout here. I took this breakout here. Why are you in Australia? You sound British. I am a British person in Australia. I moved to Australia about 2.5, almost 3 years ago. Probably 3 years ago, maybe, which is crazy. Just for a better lifestyle, better weather. I'm from Jersey. Yep. I wasn't born here though. I only moved here. Yeah, like I said, I moved here about 3 years ago. I packed up one day and just left. Packed up all my stuff, sold everything, and just moved to Australia on my own. Yeah, same bro. Nice, Jamie. Nice. At 18, that's crazy, man. That's incredible. Doesn't add up. Ooh, wait there, guys. I may have a buy in here in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna take a buy here, guys. Oh, that wasn't the best. Of fills. I'm going to see if we can ride this all the way up into here. Any closure back below this level, guys, will be a good exit for me. That's the 15 flipping bullish. Any closure back below here. We got London open in about 5 minutes, 7 minutes as well, guys. I want to see this price break this resistance and continue pushing all the way up into here. That's that 15 flipping bullish. Let's let me go back to the 30 on this currency chart. 30-minute trying to flip bullish as well. I'm only risking about 130 here. Trying to see if we squeeze up for about 560. I want to see this current 30-minute flip bullish and continue driving. I want to see it. I kind of want to see it break out before London Open. If it doesn't break out before London Open, I'll manage aggressively. The reason I'm bringing my stop up to these levels is because if price even comes anywhere back near this zone, I don't want to be in the trade. So I'm pretty much risking off the bodies here. Break-even point would probably be around this resistance, but my actual targets is that 33.50. So you're risking about $130 here. If we don't drive, like I say, before London Open, maybe I'll manage close at break-even and see how London opens. We'll see. This 30 is trying to break higher as well here. Yeah, be good to us, Goldie. Does trading larger time frames, such as the 15 and 30-minute, affect lower liquidity? Higher time frames is the absolute key for me. This whole trade is based off the hourly and 30-minute. Higher time frame paints the picture. Lower time frame is purely for execution. The 5 minutes just to press buy or sell. The direction is always for me based off the 30-minute and hourly. They're like my favorite time frames on gold. If you can get good at reading the 30-minute hourly time frame on gold, you'll have a much better success at intraday trading the 5 minute than you will as if you zone too much on the 5 minute. I'm just going to close my door here, guys. 2 seconds. Yeah, that one wasn't the best, was it? Any closure back below here would be a good exit, guys. I want to see it break this resistance. And what I'm kind of thinking is here, anyone shorting probably sitting some stops above. So anyone jumping in shorts, sitting stops above. So I want to see price come up and squeeze these highs before then an overall correction on gold. Yeah, I had 2 break-evens in Asia. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, good morning. 4-hour trend line coming down on the 4-hour. Let's have a look. Yeah, you could probably have a... Yep, you probably got 4-hour trend line coming down like this. More likely to squeeze it. The 4-hour here on the futures looks really nice. Look at this 4-hour. There's nothing to say we can't drive much higher here as well. You know, 4-hour came down here in the futures, grabbed the lows, massively held support, and we're trying to print like a morning 4-hour morning star here. So there's nothing to say this actually can't drive much higher. It just depends on if we're going to do it for the London session or not. I say just for the London trade, I think 33.50 would be good enough. But if we get all of a sudden a good amount of volume, there's nothing to say gold can't come much higher. I'm going to get rid of the hard TP just so we can kind of assess. But yeah, the 4 hours looking really nice here. 4 hours looking good. Hourly's looking good to fill in that previous hourly wick, which would be my management point. And then we're trying to see if we can actually break this. We just need volume to break this. Yeah, 33.40 in the currency. 33.40. Yeah, it looks nice, man. It looks nice. See if we get some volume here today in London. We haven't had any volume so far in Asia, so we'll see if we get some volume. We got London open in about 2 minutes as well, guys. Hey Aaron, since you used to swing trade, why do you choose to scalp with a tight stop loss rather than day trading gold with larger targets? Well, because we're kind of trading here for the next hour and a half. Sometimes when I'm not watching the charts here with you guys, you know, yeah, I'll take a trade, you know, I'll manage off like a 30 stop loss and just let it play out. But because I'm on with you guys, we're only here for an hour and a half, so I'm kind of looking for more quicker trades so we can kind of play it together. But some of my trades, or most of my trades when I'm not on stream, I'm, you know, executing on the 30-minute. I'm walking away for like 2 hours and then coming back. But when we're on stream together, you know, we're only here for an hour and a half, so I want to make the most out of the time, so I'm kind of scalping the 5-minute. But yeah, outside of the streams, yeah, I do let my day trades run more. Like my trade today in Asia, I was trying to let this run for a much bigger push. Much bigger push. But yeah, to be honest, most of the time my trades are I'm holding, I'd say, average an hour or so. But I only really trade Asia and London, so for the most part, if you hold it for too long, it can kind of get you a break even. Nice squeeze here, guys. Anyone getting short here is probably getting squeezed out here. I'm not going to manage just yet, but let's see this London Open. $30 minutes flipping nice and bullish as well, guys. 30 minutes looking good. 30-minute for me, nice morning star here. Coming in some big resistance though, so don't get too excited just yet. This is big resistance. Although I would love to see price break this resistance and keep pushing, it doesn't have to. So we can't get too excited just yet. So this may be a potential management point soon. Let's see this hourly close here on the currency. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice hourly closure. Nice and bullish. Oh, instant top wick spike of the highs. Okay, that's not what we want to see. That's not what we want to see. We want to see a bottom wick first. A little bit of potential drawdown before then going higher. With the hourly opening and instantly spiking up, could this be a liquidity grab for us to come back lower? Possibly. This is kind of my level where if anyone was shorting here, I would imagine you've got some stops sitting just above. So anyone shorting just got squeezed out. So I may be managing soon here, guys. Yeah, that's a very strong open, which is kind of what we've seen a lot recently. We're just lucky on the right side of it too. I'm going break even here, guys. Because there's no bottom wick on this hourly, I may exit at these highs. I kind of wanted this hourly to open, come down first before going up. Otherwise, this could be the hourly opening, pushing up, creating a top wick for it to then come back much lower. If I can get my words out. Gold's making me nervous. So it could be doing something like that. So, you know, if we want to see this hourly continue pushing up, ideally it would have opened lower first. We would have potentially got into a little bit of drawdown. That would have been the bottom wick before it then potentially goes higher. So with us opening, instantly wicking out the highs, creating that hourly top wick, this hourly has the potential to roll over. Therefore, there's no reason to leave this trade open. We have to manage our risk here. If we can keep pushing, great. However, I would be very surprised to see this hourly close bullish with no bottom wick. Kind of like we saw yesterday on the 30-minute. It ripped down with no top wick. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely. Not very common, I should say. How do you make your trend lines to even out and not be all circle? Isn't like when I draw it like this, if you hold down shift, it does it straight. If that's what you mean, man. If mine's like a little bit off, it gets to me a little bit, so I have to make it, has to be perfect. A tiny one, yeah, a tiny one, not enough. And a little bit of a gap there on the futures as well. Next 5-minute may come down, wick these lows, and then if we can keep pushing up, that would be ideal. Now that would be nice. Small wick on MGC, cool, okay, cool. Yeah, nice show, yep. Lovely, yeah, lovely breakout there, man. Nice trend line there, man, nice trend line. If I spot that trend line, that'd be a great buy. Lovely trend line, man. I didn't spot that. Very nice. Oh, you got see the trend line coming from what here? Yeah, beautiful, man. So that's why I still like these highs. Yep, that high lines up the second touch of the trend line. This is where I'm kind of imagining anyone who's shorting here on gold may sit some stops just above that. So there's more reason to see a spike up a little bit higher. What happens above these highs, we'll have to wait and see. If we instantly spike out these highs, I may be inclined to take profit. If it comes back lower and stops near break even, guys, potential re-entries from lower down. We'll see. Entry's not super safe, so we can't get too eager just yet. And we'll do, I haven't even done the top-down analysis, guys. We'll do the whole top-down in a second as well. The reason I haven't done the top-down is because I was looking for this quick scalp here. So what we're in this. We're risking around the bodies to see if we can come up into here and potentially higher. Nice one, Sean. See you next time, man. Your mentors live. So you did get a little bit of a bottom wick there on the futures. You don't on the currency. To me, this currency could still flip bearish, guys. I was hoping that we can go at a little bit of drawdown before this push, which doesn't sound right, but wow, there you go. You just squeezed the highs there. All right, I'm gonna have to trail aggressively. You did just wick out the highs there very quickly. Is that going to be a liquidity grab to roll over, or are we actually going to break these highs and keep pushing? That was my kind of final stop point for anyone who was shorting gold here. Anyone was shorting here, I think that would be a final stop loss. So you may have just seen people getting squeezed out of any early shorts there. Exactly the same thing here. People jump in longs, sit their stops down here, get squeezed out. People jump in shorts here, sit their stops above here, and get squeezed out. Now, not every time do you grab the lows in reverse. Sometimes you grab the lows and actually break it and continue pushing low, which is what I'm kind of trying to see if we're going to do here. Yeah, with that hourly not creating a bottom wick, I am skeptical of that hourly coming back lower and may close here, especially in the first 9 minutes as well. I'm going to trail this up a little bit. I'm going to lock in 230. Let's have a look at the 5. Let's see if the 5 is going to re-break the highs. Yeah, no bottom wick on that hourly makes me want to manage soon. But yeah, remember guys, small $210 loss yesterday, double the profit here in one trade. All right, you're instantly wicking at highs. I'm going to trail aggressively, guys, just because there's no bottom wick on this hourly. So I have to be aggressive with the management. No bottom wick on the hourly means it can be created at any point. Looking very nice, though. Looking very nice. Gets out. Locked in 40. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Good man. Good man. Yeah, if you're locking the 40, it's coming up into a big resistance. We're getting close to that 33.50 level that we spoke about at the start of the stream. That'd be a nice stop there. Locked in 44. Yeah, good work, man. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. I may close full here. Let's see, how long we got? 6 minutes into the London Open here, guys. If we start to reject from here quick, I may just lock it in soon. If we start to reject, I may get ready to close. Let me bring this up a little bit more here. I'm gonna trail aggressively, guys. I'm close to closing, so rather than just closing, let's just trail aggressively. Oh yeah, we're wicking out previous 5 highs there. Let me see. Yeah, cool. All right, I'm out there, guys. That'll do. We're wicking out these. This liquidity level without closing above. So to me, this could be a liquidity grab for us to potentially pull back lower. So I'd rather lock in the trade than hope for the best. There's no bottom wick on the hourly. That was a quick 1.2-ish risk to reward in like, what, 10 minutes? So, yeah, we'll lock it in there, guys. We'll lock it in. Very nice trade there, guys. $700 in the day. 40 ticks. Beautiful work. Beautiful. Nice, nice quick scalp there. Look at that. Asia was choppy. London finally had a good move for us. We've been waiting a good while for a nice London move like that. Yeah, nice scout there, guys. If you did get it, well done. Remember, there's no bottom wick on this hourly. That's the reason I'm trailing so aggressively. I would have loved to have let this trade run, but with there being no bottom wick on this hourly at all, that means at any point it can be created. So we have to, like I said yesterday, you have to see the markets from that neutral perspective. Doesn't matter if you're in long or short, if there's no bottom wick and you know that it can be created, don't get hopeful. Manage your trade. Yeah, good job if you guys did get it. Well done. If you didn't get it, don't worry. It's not about copying the trade. This isn't a signal class. It's about understanding the reasons behind the trade, guys. I try and talk through every single win and loss that we take so you guys can understand the reasons behind the trade, the reasons behind the management, and the reasons behind the exit as it's happening live for you guys. But yeah, nice $700 on the day there. So let's see what gold's going to do around these highs. Are we going to grab these highs and pull back, or are we going to actually break it and continue pushing? I would be surprised to see this Audi close bullish with no bottom wick. But like we saw yesterday, it wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, sure. No, I don't really use VWAP as resistance like that, Paul. The reason for this buy is because that's what I would imagine a lot of people were seeing. I was kind of anticipating a lot of people would be seeing this resistance and trying to jump in short. And if we haven't liquidated the highs, but we've grabbed the downside, that's the reason I'm buying. I'm buying because I think most people are also thinking that's a good short, sitting their stops above. And with that nice trend line that Jamie spotted as well, you know, you had a trend line coming down here. How do we know that trend lines? What do people love to do around trend lines? People love to try and short trend lines, set their stops just above. So with that trend line as well, there was a good amount of reasons to see gold continue pushing. So the reason for me wanting to go long was based off the fact that I was imagining a lot of people would be trying to short this and sit in their stop loss just above. So it was a nice. Oh, he ended up closing above there. That's fine. Played the VWAP nicely for once. Yeah, my VWAP settings aren't. Yeah, those close above. Yeah, nice. I actually think if you do use the VWAP, I think the actual, where is it? I think this is supposed to be better. I'm not too sure how to draw it though. Yeah, we'll have a look at some more trades, man. Yep. Yes, thoughts. Yeah, we'll definitely have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, I wouldn't even honestly, Sam, I wouldn't even worry about it too much. It's just a volume-weighted average price. That's all it is. It's just an average price. I honestly don't even really use it as a confluence, to be honest. I don't know. I have it on my charts because I just like to see where it is. I don't use it for any reasons for any trades. So if it does distract you, just don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. I think the VWAP can work very well for like ENQ and ES. I mean, maybe it works well for gold. I don't know. You guys can probably test it more, but it's not really something like you'd trade a break and retest, or like if maybe price is below here and you got a VWAP up here. Well, if this is the average price, then you know price is typically drawn back to that level. You know, you stack it up with everything else, and it might be like maybe like a final confluence that you might look at. Yeah, get rid of it, Paul, honestly. And you guys who are looking at it too much, get rid of it. I don't even look at it. Or maybe I'll get rid of it if it's distracting you guys. But yeah, honestly, don't even look at it. It doesn't affect any of my trading decisions. I just like to, I don't know. I just like to keep it on there. Yeah, let's have a look at. We can have a look at ES. Let's have a look at NQ. Gold. We're gonna see this 15-minute close here, guys. Remember, you guys on YouTube, drop a like for the Topstep channel as well. We've been live here all week. Be live here every single day. From the USA, nice. Buying Nvidia, yeah. I'm still in some. I'm in some Nvidia longs. I'm still long AMD. I'm still long quite a lot of stocks. No, that's a great point. The 4 hour on the spot was not good at all. I completely agree with you, man. It was not nice at all. The only thing that was nice was the hourly fake out here. That's what I'm kind of seeing. If this is potentially grabbing to here, for this 4 hour to continue pushing all the way back lower, I completely agree. Yeah, Tesla had a rough day yesterday. Yep. Yeah, Tesla did have a rough day yesterday. I'm looking for Tesla dips back down to like maybe 250s. There's a lot of Elon and Trump news going on again. So let's have a look at. We'll have a look at NQ first, then we'll come back to Goldie in a second, guys. Let's have a look at NQ. What did we say yesterday, guys? Remember the London session? Where were we yesterday in London? Look how messy this has been. Did anyone trade NQ? Some of you guys Sean, did you traded NQ yesterday, right? I didn't trade NQ yesterday. Some of you guys did. It was pretty choppy to me. This is where we were in the London session. Remember, guys, this is where I said this was my kind of no trade range in here. You kind of chopped around here from 6 a.m. London time all the way until 9 a.m. You broke out. Where did you come into? You came all the way down into these lows. Same principles as gold. Came down, tagged the lows, huge breakout, and then came right back lower. We had these 3 equal lows here. Look at that nice little trend line coming down. But it looked like it was pretty choppy. Let's have a look. How did you close on NQ yesterday? Thing is, I do like NQ to have a bit of a pullback. July is seasonality, a very strong month for stocks. So could we maybe get some, I don't see a massive dip happening, but a bit of a correction wouldn't be too surprising. The thing is though, with how bullish we have been since this recovery, it seems like any dip is getting like instantly bought back higher. Got a small scalp, 24 points. Nice. Yeah, I didn't watch it yesterday. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, nice trade, man. Very, very nice trade. So you closed bearish yesterday. You came back down to that 22,800 level. Instantly held support, squeezing back higher. So you're kind of back at support. I mean, look at this. This is a pretty strong. When was this? Yesterday? Very late in the session yesterday. 7 p.m. London time. That's pretty late. This to me looks good for longs. You kind of have this trend line coming down here. You've had a very nice bounce off 22,800. Very, very nice bounce. Nice bounce here in Asia. I like I'd say if I had to give a bias here, remember we're getting close to the chop that we saw yesterday. But if I had to give a bias here, I think longs to continue pushing up would make the most sense. It's very similar to gold. If you've got a trend line coming down, most people are trying to short that trend line. There's more likely to see a breakout. So there is the possibility of the same thing here again. Almost an inverse head and shoulders here. Possibility to see NQ continue squeezing up into 23,000. You're also tapping into previous hourly lows. So if you're going to find support anywhere, it would be below these lows. Again, it looks. This is the 30-minute time frame as well. It looks very, 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 very choppy in here. I would be careful. Let's have a look. So the 15's just closed bearish. So I'd say if you do want longs, which I think longs intraday up into this liquidity level at 22,960 looks pretty nice. I would imagine people shorting here, sitting some stops just above. Now, if I wanted to buy that, I'd want to see a closure back above, confirm a fake out, and then I would take my trade. Gold's still squeezing them highs, guys. No bottleneck on that hourly. So I would say fake out buys back above here on NQ to continue squeezing higher. For any downside, it's not to say that we can't pull back. I just wouldn't want to get trapped in this noise. I think anything in this range, you can get very, very chopped up. Now, NQ can be great to trade, but on the days where it can range, you can get chopped up big and you can get chopped up fast. And I wouldn't want to get stuck in anywhere in here. So I'd say buys back above here, up into here look great. Sells doesn't really interest me too much personally. Unless, where would I even want sells? Maybe, if you really want sells, I would say maybe back below here, or maybe even back below 2,900, which may take a little bit of time. But I'd say fake out buys back above that. You're tapping into previous hourly lows. If you can find some bullish support from here, then that's where you're going to do it. Let's have a look at ES. I imagine it's pretty similar. Let's have a look. What time is it? 20 past. We just had that. Let me just have a quick look at gold, that 15. Make sure we're not missing anything on Goldie. Goldie. Oh, this was the analysis from yesterday, guys. This was the liquidity level where we were trying to buy gold up into yesterday in the London session. Now, 15 on this chart. So, 15-minute. Wicked out the highs, failed to close above. So, as of right now, we had a great exit there. ES. Yes. Let's have a look. So, bearish Friday. It was 4th of July, so it's kind of hard to judge that candle. Continued selling off yesterday, but we're coming back down in some some pretty nice support. Nice 4-hour morning star here. Rejected, grabbed the lows, held support, continued squeezing. Very nice, actually nice buys here in Asia. Nice little scalp here in Asia. Let's have a look. That was a pretty nice liquidity wick there. Look at that, nice big spike down to end the day. Spike out some volume to end the day. Broke higher, pulled back. Nice morning star there again, guys. Look at that. Reject, grab the lows, hold support, continue squeezing. So to me, you may see ES come for a little bit of a retracement higher. So I would be watching for some potential support to continue long in. It's at a nice support level. If you do break out, maybe you could come squeeze some of these lows before going higher. I personally wouldn't want to be shorting this. I think if I was going to look for a big short in ES, it'd be back up here. So I'd rather intraday scalp it higher before then potentially looking for shorts. That's just my thoughts. I'm no ES and NQ expert, but that's my thoughts. I joined late, so I've missed the golden opportunity. Yeah, we did have some nice gold buys, man. I would go back and watch it if you can. It's not about following the trades, it's about understanding the reasons behind it. Gold coming right down for that bottom wick now as well now, which is kind of what we wanted to see. Remember, guys, no bottom wick here on this hourly. Like we said, at any point, this can wick all the way back down, which is what we're doing. So, very good read there. Very good read. Good read, good execution, and good management. That's what it's all about. Took profit the first resistance when price opened, didn't make a bottom wick. As it was my 5th day in the Express account, so 1 to 20 ticks for a payout. Oh, well done on the payout. Beautiful. Nah, to be honest, no. If you cut it whilst it's instantly wicked up, to be honest, I think it's a good idea. We wanted this candle to wick down so we could hold this for a much bigger position. So if you got out at 20 ticks once it's instantly wicked up, yeah, I think that was a good exit. And good job on the fifth $200 day on Topstep. Amazing. Yeah, for sells, the thing is, here's the thing on gold, guys. We have the reason we were buying today is because we came down here in Asia, we liquidated lows and had a really nice bounce. So where's the next target? Okay, cool. We've grabbed the downside. Now we're coming to grab the upside. So let's do the top down that we didn't actually do here quickly. So here's what we did yesterday, guys. Yesterday, we spoke about the longs based off this huge support, 3,300 on the currency. And that this daily would, have a nice retracement. Didn't know it was going to wick this much, but if we have a look at the daily time frame here on gold, and this is what I was kind of saying to guys in Asia, that's why I was pretty cautious in Asia. There's no real daily direction here on gold. NFP Thursday we came up, grabbed the highs, closed bearish. Friday 4th of July we didn't really do too much. First thing here on Monday we've had a huge liquidity wick, holding massive support. But the thing is, it's hard to kind of see if the higher time frame on gold is, intraday bearish, and this is going to come down for a new lower low, or are we still respecting this support to come up for a new high? That's the hard thing to kind of read on gold right now. That's why nothing's super certain for me here on the higher time frame. That's why I'm kind of taking my small scalps. I'm not trying to swing for the moon because there's no real daily bias for me here right now on gold. The interesting thing here is we've came up. We've liquidated Friday's high. We zoom in here. We came up, we liquidated Friday's high, liquidated yesterday's high, and now we're holding resistance. So the dailies came down. You've liquidated the past 2 daily lows, held support. Now you're wicking the daily highs and holding resistance. So where do we go from here? I'm not too sure. That's where you have to be cautious on gold. My best trades and my biggest trades on gold is when the higher time frame makes sense. So that's why intraday, I can still take trades, but I'll just be much more aggressive with the management because the higher time frame on to gold on me right now, is make or break. If we start, breaking this support, we could see gold coming down for a big correction into July, which would be great. If we break, NFP highs, then we could be coming all the way back up into these retreat levels at 34.20. So gold's at a big make or break level. If I clear this off, if I was looking to swing trade gold right now, I'd be swing trading gold shorts below here, and I'd be swing trading gold buys above here. And anything in between here, I'd be very cautious and I'd let the daily time frame come to me. So that's why intraday, we have to be very much more reactive and don't try and hold big, massive runs. You know, we just react to the high time frames, not really telling us too much. Cool, that's fine. Accept it, react, manage aggressively. I'm still up $700 in the day, but my best trades are when the daily makes much more sense. So when I jump on the daily and I see this, I just go, okay, cool. Let me maybe reduce my size, manage more aggressively, or just be more patient. Get any good trades today? Yeah, we got some nice gold buys here together, man. We got some gold buys here. We took these gold buys here, man. Hello, hey man. But yeah, we got some nice gold buys here. That's great. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, guys, new to remember, drop a like for the stream as well. Keep mentioning currency, which you're referring to. See, look at this, guys. Owly never had a bottom wick, coming right back down. You guys remember what we just spoke about? The reason I was managing this trade aggressively is because this Owly had no bottom wick. So what do? We came up, wicked the highs, and now you're coming right down for that bottom wick, which is exactly what we said. The currency chart I use is, XAU USD, just the Oanda chart. I use both. I look at the futures chart and I also look at the currency chart. So the reason, like I said to you guys, the reason we manage these trades aggressively, if there's no bottom wick on the hourly time frame, what did I say, guys? Go back to the 8 a.m. open. If there's no bottom wick on the hourly time frame, it means it can be created at any point. So if we're in longs and we don't exit and manage our trade, we're going to kick ourselves when this comes right back down. If this candle here had opened and instantly pushed down and held this and then flipped, I would have held this for a much bigger trade. And I would have happily held this to break even or to 33.50. But because it opened, and again, this is why reading the timing is so key. When it opened, and this is very important, when this hourly opened and instantly pushed up with no bottom wick, grabbing this liquidity, it means at any point above these highs, you can come down and you can wick all the way back down. And that's exactly what we've done here. So reading the candles and understanding the timing of the candles is very, very important. And that's my price action TED talk for the day. Shorts on the next 30 close? Personally not. Because here's our range. Here's the lows of the range. Here's the highs of the range. We're right in the middle whilst grabbing liquidity on both sides. Personally not. If I wanted a short gold, I'd want to see an hourly closure below 33. I think if you're going to get shorts on gold, which is not a bad idea, shorts on gold is not a bad idea, you can come maybe down and fill this big inverse head and shoulders, you know, potentially all the way back down into here. If I'm going to short all the way down into here, I would have to see fake out sells back below here. I wouldn't short before that, personally. Look at that exit there, guys. That's beautiful. Look at that. Perfect liquidity grab. Can you recommend any video to refine price action tip? I've got a lot on my channel, man. I post a lot. I got a new video coming out tonight of some losses that I took last week as well. They'll help it a lot. I'll do a breakdown of this video at some point as well. But I do a lot on my channel. Topstep have kindly put my YouTube channel in the description below as well if you do want to go check it out. But yeah, if I was going to short gold, I would be shorting gold at a stronger breakout. I mean, you do have a little bit of a trend line coming up here. Look at this, a bit of a trend line. But yeah, lovely read on price action today, guys. I love it when Asia doesn't really do much. When Asia doesn't really do much, then I get excited to trade London. When Asia rips like 300 ticks, it's really hard for me to want to trade London. Because Asia was ranging today, I was like, great, London should be good. We got fake out buys on NQ back above here. I'm buying up into this level. Because that's the hourly also flipping bullish. Hourlies came down, liquidated previous hourly lows. If you hold back above the support, you got longs. For retail trading, as in like a brokerage? Could you short the fact you haven't got a bottom wick on the hourly? Yes. Yes, you can. If you mean, could you be shorting this right now? Because there's no bottom wick here. Yeah, definitely. Only once you close back below. Like here, once you grab these highs and close back below here, yeah, you definitely could, man. If you want that quick scalp, definitely. Wait, what? Does that mean there's a brokerage? If it is, I will absolutely use that. That would be huge. Retail trading coming soon. What does that mean? Wow. Really? Wow, that'd be cool. If you could get a brokerage account on Topstep X platform, yeah, that'd be amazing. I'd 100% put my personal into this. We could trade personal together. But yeah, 100%. That's actually a good question. Could you have shorted this because there's no hourly bottom wick? You could. I would be more inclined to short this if I had more downside targets. But I mean, I guess you do have the 4-hour grabbing previous 4-hour highs. Yeah, you're shorting previous 4-hour highs after it grabbed highs and closed bearish. It's actually makes sense. I actually like that. Now that I see it, obviously in hindsight, yeah, I actually like that. There's a few reasons as to why you could have shorted it. There was one reason why I wouldn't have shorted, that's just because targets and how range bound we had been. But now that I look at the 4-hour on the currency chart, let me just show you guys on YouTube. Now that I look at this currency chart, well, look at this. What did we do? We came up, we tagged these highs, closed bearish. So could you short above that previous 4-hour high when there's also no bottom wick on the hourly? Yeah, you could. The only thing is, if I did sell it, I would be managing aggressively, because, you know, see, look at that, it's perfect liquidity grab, guys, perfect liquidity grab. What did we say? What did we say here? Anyone who was shorting here on gold, where they set their stops right above these highs. So what does price do? Comes up and grabs the highs. So if I did short here on gold, let me just go to the 5-minute. I would only short once you actually close, probably after this closure. I'd want to see this actually close back below. Then you could short here, manage off any closure above. What I would have liked more is if this low hadn't been grabbed. If I had more reasons to see this downside level get grabbed, then shorting from here, definitely. Because here you kind of came down, grabbed the lows, had a huge nice breakout, and now you're kind of grabbing the highs and pulling back down. If you had more targets, definitely. You're shorting above previous 4-hour highs. You're also shorting no so 4-hour highs, no hourly bottom wick, and a decent liquidity level. And this 4-hour could easily, here on the currency chart, pull back into this decent head and shoulders and flip bearish. The thing is, there is still time to take that trade. That first 30 minutes is the first closure. You grab the highs, you close bearish. So if this can come up for a top wick, that is still on the cards. Definitely. I hope you knew what that meant. Yeah, I'm not too sure either. That's what it's what it sounds like, which would be, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yes, we did a trade. We did take a trade ban. I would highly advise you go back and watch it as well. It's a very, very crucial trade. We talked about the reasons behind it, the management, the exit, everything. When to manage. I would go back and watch it, man. It's very, very important. There's a lot to learn in that trade. It's not just about following the trades. It's about learning. I think you'll learn a lot from this trade. There's a very in-depth understanding of liquidity and price action. But yeah, I mean, there is still the possibility to short gold, definitely. My only concern with shorting gold is the fact that, you know, shorting gold in Asia was great. Why was shorting this nice? Because you had a liquidity target. And I think some of you guys on Discord actually spoke about this liquidity target as well, which I actually didn't see. And then some of you guys mentioned it in Discord. I was like, oh yeah, this low here makes a lot of sense. I can't remember, apologies, who mentioned it on Discord, but someone mentioned this low here. Well, I think was it Matty? Did Matty mention it? I think it might be you, Matty. Someone mentioned it. So shorting here in Asia, once this grabbed the highs and had a fake out, that short was nicer because you had a liquidity target. My only concern with shorting here is I wouldn't want to get too trapped in this range. Yeah, nice, Matt. Yeah, I thought it was nice. Yep. I like that, Jamie. I like that, man. I still look at these as well, man. So look at these. Look at how beautiful as well. Look at that. Made mega bucks. Good man. Mega bucks on it. Oh, you caught the short into it. Nice. Good man. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. 75 ticks. Ah, I thought that was from yesterday. Nice. 75 ticks. Wow, nice. Yeah, huge, man. Great trade. Very, very, very good trade. You stayed patient and wait for the breakout like you said as well. Great work, man. I'll check that after. So yeah, my only concern with shorting gold. Shorts on gold, it's not the worst idea. Because there is the possibility of a pullback. Remember we said yesterday. What did we say yesterday? We said price to pull back into this inverse head and shoulders before going higher. Well, it's pretty much the exact same thing. You short another inverse head and shoulders before going higher. So it's pretty much the same idea. So there is the possibility of shorting here on gold. Here on the futures, you came up. You also tagged previous 4-hour highs. So if you do break out here, I think there's still time. Even an hourly fake out, you still won't have missed the move. Because even if this hourly grabs highs and breaks out and you think, oh shit, I've missed it. Well, if you still measure from here down into here, that's still a 100 tick range. That's a great range. You get 50 or 70 of that range, that's a good trade. Short 47, nice man, nice 47. Nice. Like this, all the way down here. Let's have a look. Did NQ get back above? NQ get back above? Yeah, he kind of did. A potential buy there if you really wanted to. You'd want to see it drive with volume, but I mean, you did get that 15-minute fake out. You had that nice 30-minute liquidity grab of the lows, came down, wait the previous low, also tapped into the hourly lows, maybe even break of the hourly highs is pretty nice. What's copper been up to today? How did copper play yesterday? Oh, look at that, copper back down at $5 again. Copper's been on a wild ride again. Back down at $5. That's pretty much where we were yesterday, right? We didn't really do too much. Yeah, we were back down at $5 yesterday in London. Here, spiked the lows. You had a nice little pullback here. Came back down again, held $5 one more time. And now you're having a bit of a retracement. Do you think 20 ticks stop generally good for gold? Stop loss is never a tick amount, man. Is 20 ticks realistic to manage your risk? Definitely. But in my opinion, there's no such thing as entering every single trade with the same amount of stops. But is 20 ticks on average a realistic loss for the day in intraday trading? Again, it depends on how much volume there is, but in today's range, definitely. What was my risk on my buys? Where's our analysis gone? My risk on our buys today was less. I think, so we got long here. I think our risk was about 20 ticks. 18. But the thing is, again, it depends on what level you're at. Kind of like I said earlier, yesterday, in the earlier days, don't be so focused on trying to have the tightest stop loss with the biggest risk to reward. I kind of said this yesterday, but I would be much further ahead in my journey in the earlier days if I had just let my trade breathe, opposed to trying to find the perfect entry with the perfect stop loss and the perfect exit. You want to get consistent with calling market direction well. So what I would do, I know everyone wants to, make money in trading fast, but if you actually want to make it good and consistently, and the right way is let your trades breathe and get good at calling this direction well. And then look back over 100 plus trades and be like, okay, cool. How could I have refined this trade? How could I have refined this trade? Don't be so focused on trying to have the tightest stop loss and the most perfect entry and exit. Refinement will come with time. In the beginning, let your trades breathe. If you have to have a 50 tick stop loss, so be it. Get consistent and refine over time and trade smaller size. You can trade 5 micros on gold and be making great consistent money. You don't need to be trading, 1 to 5 plus contracts. You can refine over time. We have a nice squeeze here. How long did it take you to become profitable? It took me over 2 years. I consistently lost at trading for at least 2 years. But that being said, and without sounding egotistical, if I had Topstep TV or people to tune into every single day, I would be way further ahead than what I am. That's for sure. I wasted so much time in trading in the early days because, you know, I was just strategy hopping, following the wrong people, trying to get rich quick, like doing all of the wrong things. And I did it for at least 2 years. So it took me at least 2 years to gain any sort of consistency. And the hard thing about trading is, you know, when you're upcoming in trading, not only you're not making money, you're also losing money, which is very, very mentally tough to deal with. Anyone who says, you know, it's very unlikely that you're going to get, you might make some money in, like, you know, the first couple of months, but true consistency, you know, is very likely to take you at least a year. But my kind of thing was that I was never really too focused on trying to do it quick. I was like, this is a skill that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Like, if it takes me 5 years, I don't really care. I was very driven and persistent, and you know, once I started getting a passion for reading the charts, I didn't really care about trying to make loads of money in the shortest amount of time. I was like, man, if this takes me however long, I'm going to make it happen. I've been finding absolutely wild. Each time I watch the entire course all over again, my trading goes up another gear constantly with each loop. Yeah, it's amazing, mate. It's good to hear, man. Good to hear. When scalping, do you still wait for price to test entry level before going to break even? Depends. Depends on the trade, man. Depends on the trade. Like in this example, you wouldn't, because it's already grabbed the targets. If it hasn't grabbed the targets and it pulls back, then I can maybe leave it open and then it pushes. Like for instance here, before this grabbed the highs, if this pushed up, didn't grab the highs and then pulled back, yeah, I'd have to leave it open. Otherwise, if I go to break even, I'm saying the trade's wrong, which is not true. Before then, it pushes back higher. But if it opens and grabs the liquidity first, then that's the target bet and I'm out. Depends on the targets, yep. Would you take shorts from the level we exited if we didn't buy today? If I had more downside targets, yes. The only reason I wouldn't have shorted this is because look at this range. These are the times where people get chopped up. So to take our little scalp, considering we haven't really done anything today, if I'm going to short gold today, personally, I'd want to see at least an hourly fake out. Hourly fake out back below here, then I'll short. But yeah, I personally, even if it wasn't long, I wouldn't have short up here. The only way I would have short up here is if I didn't have this liquidity taken. Do you take the buy? Yeah, we took the buys here on stream together, man. Yep, we took the longs here. We took the longs at 755-ish. But the thing is, you can still short gold, you know. With this 4 hour potentially flipping bearish, if you can pull back up now, this is the short confirmed. You know, don't see us move down, but oh shit, what did I miss? This is the move confirmed. Is that, you know, now you've confirmed the downside move. If you pull back, great, then you get more shorts. But remember, just remember the high time frame is very choppy, very, very messy right now. That's why I'm happy to take quick scalps and not, you know, you don't want to give back profit today. Today's not the day to give back profit. I mean, there's never a day to give back profit, but I mean, today's not the day to try and stack up a couple of wins. If I take my one trade today as a winner, I'm happy. Can you speak to the fine line between getting time on the screen and over trading? Yes. I mean, there's a difference between getting in chart time and watching candles go sideways. If you want to get in more chart time, which is very important, it doesn't always have to be staring at live markets. You can do, you know, when price is ranging like this, there is absolutely zero benefit for your trading career to watch this go sideways. You're going to mentally drain all your mental capital. You're going to pretend to see things that aren't actually there, and you're going to go on a revenge trade, and you're going to take those losses, and you're going to go on tilt. If price is in these ranges, but you still want to get in chart time, that's a great thing to do, but do it in a simulation environment. Don't actually watch this go sideways. Do a simulation session, do some back testing. You know, getting in chart time doesn't always mean watching live markets go sideways. That's probably one of the worst things you can do. If price is ranging like this, me personally, I'll walk away because I still spend 2+ hours every single day religiously on the charts. But for you guys, you know, if you jump on the charts and you see it's doing this and you're still trying to gain consistency, don't watch this. Set your alerts, do a backtesting session and come back. That's the best way to get in screen time. I think a lot of people think getting in screen time means just sitting here watching candles go sideways, which I promise you, it's not productive for your trading. You know, if you can see price going sideways, but you want to get in chart time, that's amazing. Do some back testing. It's going to help you a lot more than watching this go sideways. How many combines did you fail before consistently passing them? I was full-time in trading before I started trading combines on Topstep. I come from a FX background, but in terms of challenges, not that many. When I first started, funding firms weren't as big of a thing as they are now. Topstep was around. I personally didn't know about Topstep when I first started. It's like you're talking 7+ years ago, almost 8. I went straight into personal capital and lost personal money straight away. I took out I actually posted a full video on my channel about my journey. But I was a student, and I took out a bank loan, put that into my trading account, and blew the whole entire thing. So I wish I blew combines because I would have saved myself a lot of money, but I didn't. I went straight into personal capital, and that is absolutely not what I recommend. Thanks, yeah, you too, man. Talk to you soon. If I had Topstep when I was first around, yeah, I would have saved myself a lot of time and money. I was like, nah, I'm going straight in, live capital, no demo trading. I want to make money right away. Yeah, you lose the whole entire thing. Then I stopped trading for a little bit. It wasn't a lot. I mean, it was like, it was to me at the time. It was like, I think it was like £2,500, which may not seem like a lot to people, but to me at the time, as a literally completely broke university student, it was a lot of money. That was like pretty much all I had to my name. So yeah, that's why I say to you guys, you know, if I think is I'm doing right, that doesn't mean I came to Topstep and all of a sudden, you know, started smashing out combines and got funded straight away. I still have lost combines, but not that many. The thing is, you know, it's okay to lose combines and to lose, lose funded accounts, but what you don't want to do is just keep, you know, spending money on combine after combine, resets after resets without actually knowing what you're doing better. If you're getting better each time, great. But if you keep just chucking money in something and you're not actually improving, then, you know, you want to take a step back. But for me personally, if I would lose a combine, I would learn something every time. And it would be a very cost-effective way for me to learn a very valuable trading lesson opposed to trading my personal capital. Yeah, it's crazy, Paul. Yeah, crazy. Thoughts on crude? Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Thoughts on crude? What did we do yesterday? Yesterday, we had let's have a look. Let's get rid of some of these levels. So we had a bounce off 65. Let's get rid of this. Had a very strong push yesterday. Wow, look at that. A huge push on Monday. How did we close last week? Oh, this is interesting. So you're tapping into previous weekly highs. Tapping into some nice support here. Major resistance. This could roll over. I mean, yesterday's close was very strong, so it's hard to say just yet. But this is a potential reversal area on crude. Potential reversal area. This is a big resistance level. $68 is a big level for potential pullbacks. Maybe even a pullback, you know, back down into these areas before maybe going higher or breaking it and continue pushing down. Who knows? But this to me could be a pretty interesting level. If you were to take on a fib, let's sit around any levels. Yeah, around the 50%, 61. Nice retracement area. Now, I would say if you're going to get any shorts, hourly, what have we done here? So we pretty much ranged the whole entire Asian session. We closed bullish, bearish, bullish. Therefore, if I did want to sell crude, I would have to see a closure back below this support, because that's the level you're about to close back above. Therefore, there's my fake out. Therefore, I can't jump in sells. So I would be careful trading within this range here. But if you can break these hourly lows, there's the possibility for a short. Now, what happens down here? Who knows? Do we break this level and keep pushing down, or do we bounce off it? Doesn't really matter too much. But if we can understand that this is a level where you can tap into, there's the potential for a short. Potential for a short. Yes, pushing like Brexit. So you got NQ squeezing higher there, guys. If you guys did take that NQ breakout, so we spoke about that NQ breakout here. Once you close back above here, grab hourly lows, close back above. You got NQ targets into here. I don't know if any of you guys are actually running that. I don't trade NQ personally, but that was my thought process. You're tapping into previous hourly lows. The hourly is also flipping bullish. Perfect liquidity grab. Here, tap into previous hourly lows, hold support, nice hourly targets. So nice call there on NQ as well. If this current hourly closes with a mega bottom wick, would you consider longs on the open the next hourly? Let's have a look, man. Anyone take that NQ long? Anyone take that? Oh, some of you guys probably don't trade NQ. I don't trade it, but it was a nice call there. Made so much sense to walk away from the charts when sideways like this day. That's the key, man. That's the key. It's not about, I always say to you guys, it's not about, you know, learning to take more good trades. I mean, it can be, but it's more so about knowing when to walk away. That's the key here. It's filtering out bad trades. Or some of you guys did. Nice. Beautiful work. Beautiful. So if the hourly closes with a big wick rejection, would I... personally, I wouldn't. I mean, you are tapping into previous hour lows, but you're kind of tagging lows, tagging highs. I honestly, this range just isn't worth my mental capital. Especially because we have got, you know, if we actually look at what gold's done today, we've done nothing today. And we've had a very nice trade here today. We've got like a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward trading in this range. So I personally wouldn't trade in this range because I would be frustrated if I gave back this trade because price is just stuck in a range. So I would say if you can break this support here, there's the potential to pull back into this head and shoulders. If you break back above, there's a potential to long. The only thing with longs is, look, there's no real targets. That's why gold's a little bit tough right now. That's why I'm kind of happy if I get my quick trade there. I'm happy just to lock it in. Like I said, today's not the day where I'd be taking a couple of trades. Today's the day if I get one good trade, I'm locking it in and walking away. Look at this hourly, guys. Considering we've done absolutely nothing, you know, we've made the most of this range. Yeah, some of you guys took NQ. Well done. Yeah, nice. If you did take NQ, this high here would be my liquidity target where I'd pretty much be exiting the trade. What's that, about 25 points? Any book recommendations about the market, trading, and mindset? I don't read too many books, to be honest. I've read Trading in the Zone. Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogarth's a great one as well. One of my all-time favorite trading videos is John Rambo's Chat with Traders. It's probably one of my favorite psychology videos ever. I must have watched that video. I couldn't tell you how many times. I personally like trading psychology videos and books. And that's one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Yep, 100%, man. 100%. Yeah, if you guys are in this NQ, you're coming close to highs. Personally, I'd be locking in there. Nice call there at NQ. So you got a nice call on NQ, nice call on gold today, guys. That's a pretty profitable London session. You got a beautiful NQ scalp and we got a beautiful gold scalp that we took together. Yeah, Best Loser Wins is good. Yeah, Best Loser Wins is good. Which he's actually doing a talk in America soon, which I'd like to go to. Yeah, it's a lovely. Again, if this was gold, guys, doesn't matter if it's NQ. The principles are the exact same. What was the reasons for this long? Well, the whole idea was based off the hourly. Hourly closed bullish. This hourly opened. Again, it was the exact same thing as gold. You had an instant bottom wick. There was no top wick on this candle. Therefore, once you start tagging previous lows, on the lower time frame, you're watching bullish breakouts below here. So, bullish breakouts below here. You close bearish. Okay, cool. You don't buy just yet. You wait for price to close in your favor. Okay, cool. Grabs the lows one more time, closes in your favor. This candle's your confirmation. There's your trade. So, pretty much the exact same thing as gold that we just took today, except the opposite. That's literally perfect. If you come to States, please come to SoCal. What's the... Am I saying that wrong? I'm definitely saying that wrong. What's that? Let me see. I'd love to do a US trip for sure. I'd love to see if we can do something with Topstep as well for sure. Oh, South California. Ah, SoCal. Nice. I've never heard it being called that before. Nice. Yeah, I would love to do a US trip. We'll see if we can do something with Topstep one day as well. I'd love to go to the US. Yeah, I've only ever been to the US twice, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, TP on ENQ. Yep. Nice. So nice call on ENQ, nice call on gold today, guys. Good call on boths. Now, I didn't show him. He called it perfectly. I didn't take it. I don't like to trade ENQ in London, but it was a beautiful trade. We called the fake outs back above here after the hourly liquidity grab here. It was a perfect trade. You had targets and you had an in-trade liquidity grab. So again, guys, look at this. Before we have to run away here, this is very, very important. What made this trade so good? Okay, this is what made this trade so good. Targets, what does that mean? That means you have a level where you know you're trading into. You're trading into, again, exactly the same thing as gold. NQ, I imagine a lot of people are shorting here. We said this before it even happened. People are shorting here, sitting their stops just above. Okay, cool. So you got your targets, great. That's number one. Number two is an intraday liquidity grab for an entry, where you have previous hourly lows, and then you also have a fake out. So you got targets and liquidity grab for entry. Now, if we just take this exact same concept and we put it on gold right here with our trade earlier, what made this trade so good? Exactly the same thing. So we had very, very clear targets. You had liquidity grabs here. You had another liquidity grab here. You also had price grab and previous 15-minute lows here. Look at that, came down, wicked lows. Exactly the same thing as NQ. Exactly the same thing. You came down, you grabbed lows, you broke out. So you had clear targets and you had liquidity grab for entry. Exactly the same thing. Doesn't matter if you trade gold, NQ, crude, cattle, orange juice, futures, whatever you trade. The principle is the exact same. And that's what made both of them trades so nice. So Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. So with that being said, guys, you guys on YouTube, I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. We've had a fantastic trade here on gold. We've also had an amazing call on NQ. A very, very good, profitable London session. If you guys are in London, you know, by 9 a.m., you're absolutely done for the day. So stay safe for the rest of the day, guys. Don't force anything. Price is still pretty choppy. Don't give back your gains. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. I'm posting a new YouTube video tonight. And I'll see you guys here again on the Topstep YouTube channel tomorrow morning, 7:30 until 9 a.m. London time. Remember, guys, you got debrief after me as well, so be sure to stay tuned and trade safe. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.